So I retold the story to my grandma, and I wasn't all the way done with the book. It was about that halfway point. I was like, girl, this book is getting good. This book is getting good. Let me tell you about this book. I had my grandma so invested, just the way that I was retelling the story. I had my grandma so invested. She was like, girl, you better finish reading that book. I gotta know what happens next. Hey y'all, it's been a while. I'm happy to see you. I hope you're happy to see me. Today we're going to be reviewing this book. This is called The Family Across the Street. It's by Nicole Trope, and I really like this book. I had a fun time with it. First, we're going to do the no spoilers review, so anybody can watch that section of the video. If you have read the book, there's going to be a spoiler section where we can get all into the nitty-gritty. We can talk about everything, what we liked, what we didn't like, just talk about everything. So if that sounds good to you, then keep on watching. The Family Across the Street. One of the main characters in the book, I think, is the neighborhood. It's a quiet neighborhood, quiet suburban neighborhood. Nothing ever happens here until one day it does. There's a family that's moved in across the street. They've always been a kind of peculiar family. The kids, typical kids, there is a set of twins, a boy and a girl. They are small children, I would say grade school age. I don't remember exactly how old they are. I would say about 5 or 6. So there's the twins, and then the mom and the dad, of course. The mom and the dad, it just, you know, the neighbors notice there's something a little strange about them. They don't really understand it. They can't put their finger on it. One day, this house, you know, there's sounds coming from this house that people have never heard here in this neighborhood before. And everybody knows there's something nightmarish going on in this house. So that is what the book is about. I don't want to go too far into it, because if I go too far into it in this section, it is going to spoil it. What I will say, this book is so good. It took me about a week to read the first half of the book, but after that, I was hooked. Could not put this book down. Just flipping pages and flipping pages and flipping pages. I could not stop. The book is written from multiple perspectives. So we hear from 2 males and 2 females. And I'm not gonna go into it because, again, if I tell you who these perspectives are, it's gonna spoil the book for you, and I don't wanna do that. The way that it's written, it's just done so perfectly. It always left you on a cliffhanger. When you finished one person's perspective, you had to keep reading so you could get back to their perspective and see what happened. You know how sometimes you watch a TV show and there's all these different storylines going on. There's like a main storyline, and then there's these side storylines going on, and you're always like eager to get back to the main storyline. Like you just want to kind of skip past all those side storylines. You just want to get back to the main storyline. This was not that. You were invested in all of these characters. Mind blown. The way the author describes like the violence that's happening, and I don't want to get too far into it, but the way the author describes what's going on in this house, it's like gut-wrenching. It's gut-wrenching. It hurts just to read it. I could see what was going on. I could see everything in my head. I could see it. I do have a few things that I didn't like about it, and we will get into that in the spoiler section. It was such a good book. I had such a good time reading it, and for something so tragic to be happening, for me to like have a good time reading it, it's kind of wild, but I did find like the comedy in it. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the spoilers now. One of my least favorite characters was Gladys's husband. Oh, he was pissing me off so bad. He was pissing me off so bad. Every time she felt like, I need to go over there, I need to see what's going on, she knew what was happening in his house. Every time she would tell him,
Gladys, you need to stay out of folks' business. You already know as the nosy neighbor. Stay out of them people's business. Leave them alone. Maybe they just sleeping in today. We don't know what. Maybe they sick. We don't know what's going on over there. You need to stay out of folks' business.
But you know what? We all need a Gladys sometimes. We all need a Gladys sometimes, because something could really be happening, like what was happening in this book. And she was right. And if she would have went over there, them kids would have been saved. Okay, then we have the delivery guy who goes to deliver the package, the computer, and the lady would not open the door. And then she leaves that bad review, and he pissed off, but he also like, okay, something don't feel right. All these people that knew in their gut something wasn't right, and it took them so long to do something. Every time the delivery guy would go to the door, I'm like, please don't leave, don't leave, these kids need you, please don't leave. Same thing with Gladys. Every time she would go over there, I think she made some muffins, and she went over there, and yeah, she made some muffins, some chocolate muffins. She went over there, and I think the boy said something weird to her. Thanks for trying to help or something like that. And she knew every time they would leave, and I'm just like,
no, God, please, no, no!
why don't y'all call the cops? Just to do a welfare check or something. Gladys' husband, I'm telling y'all, he was my least favorite character. He just kept dropping the ball. When the kids finally came out the house, he was supposed to have been watching them. He was supposed to have been watching them, and the little boy ran out and went back in the house, and he just sitting there in the damn wheelchair. Sir, you were supposed to have been watching them. I mean, poor thing, he got a little problem and everything, but damn. And in the ending, y'all, it was a son.
What?
Okay, so this is my thing. This is one of the things that I did not like about the book. We had no clue about this other son. So it's almost like I write this whole story, and then surprise, at the end it's this bad guy that you never knew existed. So that was one of the things that I did not like. You know, I know she was trying to throw us off and make us think the whole time that it was the husband, but I wish that at some point we at least, maybe at the beginning, got some type of understanding that she had another kid, because I did not know he existed. And at the end with the reveal, and I'm like, the son, where did he come from? That part kind of made me mad. Like I said, I had no clue about the son, so I definitely did not figure that part out. No clue about the son, but I did know that the person that was in her house causing all this havoc was the same person, well, that had beaten the delivery guy's sister. I knew it had to be the same person. I thought maybe he was going by a different name when he was with the delivery guy's sister, but the whole time I'm thinking it's the husband. So I'm like, okay, how is this working? I couldn't figure out how it would work, but I knew, like, okay, this gotta be the same person. The person that beat the delivery guy's sister who was dating her gotta be the same person that's in this house. But dang, how could it be the husband? Like, how could he have a whole other girlfriend, which people do it all the time? But I just couldn't understand, because the girlfriend lived in like another state. She didn't live close, she lived in like another state. So I just didn't understand how it could be connected, really. But I knew, like, it gotta be the same person. That's what I thought the twist was. It's the same person. But then for it to be an even bigger twist, and it's this son that we didn't even know she had. That's the part that I did not like. Please comment down below and tell me what you thought about the big reveal, the big twist about the son being the person who was doing all of this. How do you feel about that? Let's talk about it below. And if you are going to talk about it below, please put something at the top, spoiler, so that people that have not read the book, they won't be spoiled by our conversation. But I want to talk about it with you guys. We are out of spoiler territory, so everybody is safe. I just wanted to wrap up the video and let you guys know my final thoughts and my rating of the book. The book was good. I had a good time. I'm giving this book 4 stars out of 5. Even though I love the book, my grievances that I previously stated in the spoiler section is why I cannot give this a 5 star. It was almost a 5 star. Just that one little piece just made it the 4 star for me. Would I recommend this book? Definitely. I think everybody should read this book. If you are into thrillers, psychological thrillers, I definitely recommend this book. You should go pick it up. If you have not read the book, go read the book, come back, watch the spoiler section, and get into the conversation down below. We are going to be talking about this book, and I want to talk about it with you. So read the book, come back, and let's talk about it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will be back with more book reviews. Thank you.